Hi, and welcome to Let's Win XCOM Long War. I'm Phwop, and this is my Project Steadfast series, where we will learn to crush the XCOM Long War mod, one of the most 15 brutal mods of all time, so according to PC Gamer. Tactically, strategically, and mentally, because it can take a lot out of you. Even on the second wave option, Dynamic War, where you can speed things up, this is quite a long game. About 100 to 150 missions for a really successful campaign on the standard speed. So each about an hour. So strap yourselves in and lock and load, because there's going to be a lot of alien killing. There's going to be a lot of discussing the differences between Long War and Vanilla, and I'm going to be developing my own mod, which is a modification on top of Long War, which gives you an hopefully more fun, more tactical experience through soldier progression and equipment bonuses. So I'm going to be developing that as we play. I already have a significant portion of it done. The higher tiers of weaponry I have not fully integrated yet, but there will be links to everything I mention in the description, as well as a really excellent wiki that is fairly up to date, thanks to fans of the mod, and has some information you can't find anywhere else. As well as links to my own mod, and of course to nexusmods.com, where the Long War mod itself is located for free. Really easy installation. It's just a wizard, unless you're installing for XCOM Enemy Unknown, that is without the expansion, in which case you might want to check out my installation video. You can search for it in my channel. So let's get started. For those of you unfamiliar with the Long War mod, it is a complete overhaul of the game that increases by orders of magnitude the difficulty, the strategic challenge that the game presents, as well as offering you just a wider variety of choices to deal with this increased danger in the game. We will be playing on Impossible. In advanced options, note the tutorial is disabled because it conflicts with all the awesomeness in the mod. Reduce beginner voiceover if you're familiar with the game and don't need reminders from your researcher cadre about what not to explode and who to capture, then feel free to turn those off so you won't be bugged by them if you know what you're doing. If you don't, leave it on. I am going to turn on red fog. This means that when I or an enemy is damaged, that is, has less than full health, we will suffer penalties to aim and movement. I'm also going to, if you want a faster game, Dynamic War is what you're after. I'm not going to turn that on. I am going to turn on Itchy Trigger Tentacle. Some aliens may shoot as soon as they're revealed instead of moving or going into Overwatch. This is only bad for me, but I think it's a little more interesting. I'm going to turn on Commander's Choice. This allows me to select exactly what kind of unit each of my soldiers will turn into. I'm going to turn on Aiming Angles, which is the closer you are to flanking someone, you gain increasing chance to hit bonuses. Basically, cover becomes negated as you start to circle around it. And that's it. So let's kick this puppy off. So if Long War covers, it revamps everything in the game, adds a ton of new items, doubles the number of potential classes for soldiers, and takes mechs to the next level. Turns mechs up to 11. My own personal mod turns soldiers up to 11. We take the standard perk progression, which in Long War is 3 full columns of perks, each individual to each of the 8 classes. and I take those individualized custom perk trees and I make the most use out of them I can. Each column is a different specialty, so in total, with my Tactical Sense Overhaul mod, you'll have 24 soldier specialties to choose from, each which fills different tactical niches. Some of those overlap, some of them do not. But the idea is to give you a lot more choice earlier in the soldier progression. Take a lot of the death-dealing power off of those super high-level soldiers that are hard to get, and put a lot more interesting power into the hands of younger soldiers, where you can use them immediately, but they become much better at what they do as they level up. I'm going to be quiet for the talkiness.
Hello, Commander. In light of the recent extraterrestrial incursion, this Council of Nations has convened to approve the activation of the XCOM project. You have been chosen to lead this initiative, to oversee our first and last line of defense. Your efforts will have considerable influence on this planet's future. We urge you to keep that in mind as you proceed. Good luck, Commander.
Inspiring. Oh, I love the cutscenes in this game. Yeah, so as we encounter pieces of the Long War mod that are particularly important or hard to understand or obscure, I'll be talking about them, as well as my own mod and why it does what it does. So, right to start off, you can choose a starting bonus, including no bonus. On Our Own is available in a couple of different starting location flavors. You get no unique bonus for that. That's just for people who are too hardcore to use bonuses. We are going to be starting in France. Country item requests occur 40% faster. Fulfilled requests provide 40% additional defense, and intel scans cost 40% less. So this is a long-term benefit. We're playing the long game, but this is, of course, the Long War. So what this is going to do for us over the course of our playthrough is give us access to cheap trades, give us access to corporal level soldiers, because those requests say for laser rifles, and increase the defense of places that we fulfill requests for significantly faster, thus making the world in general become more panic resistant over time, which is pretty important and impossible. Since we're starting in Europe, it seems likely that we'll try and take that continent first, which means that we'll be going for monthly XCOM funding increased by 20% once we have full coverage, which hopefully will help also fund us as we try and take over North America or China, would be my thoughts. So, that is what we're going on. There are a million excellent choices. I'll note that I really like Canada's cadre. Start with 4 corporals in the barracks, 1 of each superclass. I'll note that on your very first mission, they are rookies, and you have to safeguard them as if they're made of pure gold, pure platinum. You cannot let those guys die, because each one that goes down is 25% of your starting bonus, which is insane. Also notable for Impossible is Mexico's start with 500 bonus cash, which can really let you get a jump start. I would say Japan has one. Yeah. Shivs receive plus 10 aim, start the game with 2. That is an excellent increase in firepower. Shivs are great. And then the US Cheyenne Mountain. I'm tempted by this one. I have no experience with it. Start with all your elevators, and excavation costs 50% less. Could be quite awesome. But, like I said, France. No immediate benefit, although hopefully this will let us snag some engineers from satellite requests, because we should have more satellite requests, if I understand how this works correctly. So we should be able to snag some engineers from launching satellites, and should let's trade sectoid corpses for scientists quickly to get our research
Our target site is
going.
near the German border. We've picked up a local
But
broadcast
first,
indicating alien activity within a major metropolitan area.
it's time for our initial mission. Alright, things to do on the initial mission. Note, you want to kill 5 sectoids with guns. If you kill them with grenades, you don't get the body. Not if you wound them with grenades, only if you kill them with grenades. So you want to bring home 5 sectoid corpses. Note, we saw a meld canister there. If you're familiar enough with the map, then on these flybys with the Sky Ranger, you can actually see meld and identify it. So that was the exact opposite corner of the map from us. There is a ladder up here, and the stairway. Personally, this stairway could be death. There's a lot of dying to be done out here. And over this way, but at least this way I can sprint up to behind this and then bolt into the cover of this building. Working my way up, maybe taking this roof. So we're definitely going to the right. So one thing you'll note in Long War, you get a starting squad of 6 and it's upgradable to 8 by the end of the game. Some missions you can even take 12 people on, special plot missions only, with the correct research. You'll also note that there are different kinds of armor. There's basically a lighter armor and a heavier armor, the vest and the tack armor. My mod overhauls them. The short and sweet of it is that light armor gives you good defense no matter what kind of cover you're behind, light or heavy. As you can see, these shields indicate which is which. And tack armor, this heavier armor, is crappy in the light half cover and better than anything else in the heavier cover. Also, you'll note that my units are equipped with 2 different types of weapons. The Reflex Ballistics Rack, which consists of a ballistic carbine and grants you the Advanced Fire Control perk, which means your Overwatch shots are not penalized, which means much more likely to hit. And the Rifleman Ballistics Rack, which consists of an assault rifle and grants the Covering Fire perk, which means that if you go into Overwatch and an enemy attempts to do something hostile near you, you will shoot them, even if they don't move, which is what normally triggers Overwatch, and possibly kill them before they can act, or at least wound them. So, all of that said, let's do an advance. I'm going to move my backmost soldier first. I want someone with as much health as possible, heavy armor. Up here on the corner, where he's most likely to be the one shot at. Good, not seeing anything is good. So everyone else, there aren't many good choices. We're just gonna sprint up here. You'll note in Long War, people come equipped with things like AP grenades, laser sights. These things are all awesome. We are gonna hide everyone over here, as they are completely defenseless. Remember, because we have itchy trigger tentacles turned on, we might actually get shot at. So here you see Advanced Fire Control. That just means this Overwatch is great at picking people off. Good, no encounters. Alright, first off, it's best to move into cover that faces the direction that you're going. Let's plop this guy right here and see what we can see. Open this door. Alright, looks like that building is closed.
Solid copy.
Inch a little bit further.
Yes, Commander.
We want to save our second action for Overwatch. Also, if we don't use that second action immediately, then that makes us safer. We can retreat if something awful happens. As soon as you use up all your actions, you are well and truly committed. You just want to take it nice and easy.
Copy that. On my way.
As much good cover as you can muster. This guy's kind of exposed. And then if you go into Overwatch for everyone, I make it a hotkey on my mouse so I don't do things like that. Now if an alien pod runs into us, we're going to get a bunch of shots on them. Okay, so if you don't encounter people, you start to hear aliens. You always hear the closest one. So that can help you identify what's going on. Alright, there's a pod of aliens. They take cover, they don't realize how bad that cover is until it's way too late. Yeah, you do look flanked, and yet I'm not really worried about you. So this is the closest to the alien's heavy cover I have. And since he has the tack armor on, it's the one I'll take. It also fortuitously flanks this group. Now, can I get a grenade out that window? I can. He can't really move forward, but he will inch over. Does that let you move up? So he can move up here. I like to position my squad before I start taking shots. This guy. Let's get someone up top. Rooftops give you 20 aim, or being significantly higher than your opponent gives you 20 aim. There's no associated penalty, except being higher up often means you have to deal with light cover. That makes people with the vests much better defended when firing from on high, because the edges here usually have this light cover. Otherwise, the aim bonus is pure gold. It is as good as you will ever get. So use the crap out of it. Alright, so we have two types of grenades available to us, AP and HE, anti-personnel and high explosives. Anti-personnel grenades, their damage is blocked by cover, which means if I hit this guy, the one behind cover right next to him will not take any damage at all. And they don't damage cover, so they don't affect terrain at all, just people. HE grenades, on the other hand, do less damage, a little bit less damage, but destroy terrain and damage everyone. We are going to go ahead and drop a bomb on these guys. Might kill them, might not. The point is simply to expose them so they have no cover, and now these 3 shots are going to be way more effective. So that's why we moved him up, to use that HE grenade. Alright, all of these guys can see, well, he can only see 2. This one's exposed. Try and take him out. Like shooting ducks in a duck pond. You also want to get 1 kill with each character if you can. 72 and 54 versus 69, 51. So since his chance to hit is so much higher against this close one, we're going to take it. Beautiful. Now, let's talk about aiming angles, that second wave option I selected. See how my cover faces directly this way. That means the way aiming angles works is pretty much between here and here. An enemy that is in this first cone right in front of your cover suffers the full penalty of your cover. Once they start to get right about where this soldier is, if they're shooting at this soldier, then they'll start to gain increasing bonuses until right before they're flanking you. Like right here, or I mean like yeah, right about here or something, they would start almost nullifying your cover. So this alien, his cover faces this way, and my soldiers have excellent angles on him. You can see the benefit of the angles here in the F1 information screen, and you can tell that his low cover gives him 30% protection, but my angle negates more than a third of that, so that is just excellent. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this shot, as a 50% shot is pretty good for a rookie. Plus, if we damage him, he'll be less able to do anything awful to us.
They're backing up. Advance.
Okay, let me try and remember who I got a kill with. Alright, he couldn't move very far, he did a dash. So I got a kill with you, and his grenade killed one. That means if you get a kill with everyone and no one dies, then you will get every single one of these recruits to level up, which is important. Let us go here. Nothing. It's alright. His Overwatch will also be more accurate because of that rooftop bonus. We're going to pull him up. Attack armor is not the best. The heavier armors are not so good in low cover, which makes rooftops not so great for him. But if we're overwatching a surprise pod, they're most likely not going to fire at us, so the added accuracy is worthwhile. Okay, now he's already killed someone. I'd love for this guy to get the kill. He's just not going to be close enough. Let's pin that guy down, make him nervous. 2 Overwatches should make for plenty of nerves. Now that I know that we've encountered one squad and where they are, and we've seen a bunch of this area, I don't feel like I'm going to be surprised. I want to spread out some of these troops so that I can better envelop any other pods of aliens I meet. Usually there's only 2 pods of sectoids on the first mission. Okay, this guy, he's not going to move. His Overwatch could be dangerous. Even though he's quite wounded, he's probably still pretty tough. What we're going to do is we're going to dash it, and then we're going to close the gap with this guy and blow him up from close range. So, if you're going to dash Overwatch, it's best to do it in attack armor due to its innate defense and damage reduction, and it's best to dash, which makes it really hard for much harder for the enemy to hit you. They will still clobber you if you're not careful. But a dash is where you take both your moves at once. Yeah, Overwatch is your worst enemy. It will screw you so bad. Okay, we're gonna move here. We should be able to shoot this guy from there. Okay, we flanked him. We revealed another pod. No biggie, since we're just wrapping up this one. It's always better to ambush, but hey. Come on. Excellent. That is 4 soldiers with kill. I believe... this one and this one are the ones that have not killed. Pacheco and Delaney. We do want to move up so we can start making life hard on these guys up here. I don't think they're going to close in. We're going to reload. This guy's going to be a good target up here, but he's also going to have excellent shots. And if we wound them, then it makes it harder for them to actually score hits on us. Gonna dash up here, so his grenade. We can use this AP grenade. Now let's see, we killed 1 with a grenade, 1, 2, 3, 3 without. So I still need 2 kills. Let's see. Heavy cover is always better, but that's because it grants superior damage reduction. So, if you can, always go into heavy cover, but know that tack armor makes heavy cover better than anything, whereas lighter armor makes light cover not pure crap. Not a death sentence. Okay, Overwatch, Overwatch. Oh, we didn't catch him. Uh-oh, come on. Very sad. Now he's got a good angle on us because he's shooting from off to the side there. Let's see, where is that guy? I don't know. We're going to advance. Let's get this guy up here. There could be some Overwatch in the back. Oh, good, good. I wanted a shot from here. I'll totally take it. When you damage them, it tends to make them a little more nervous. This guy needs a kill. I don't see Overwatch. Can I get up on this roof any better? 40%, huh? You can check to see if you might be able to see an enemy by looking at the cover near you that they should be able to see. Note that if I go here, I certainly won't be able to see anyone because no one would be able to see me. They can't target this space. Well, that's not quite true. There's cover here.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna move up here. Not only might this sprint trigger any Overwatch that I might be worried about, but we're gonna have an excellent flank, and they don't seem to be pinning us with Overwatch. So maneuver, maneuver, maneuver. Unless you're worried about more aliens being on the scene, which is something you have to worry about most of the time. Okay, this guy's moving up. We're gonna get him a kill with a grenade. Oh, he's flanking. What I meant was we're gonna get him a kill with a flank. Come on, buddy. And then that might be a double kill. Alright, so when you bring Mind Merge in Long War now, you do not instantly kill whoever was merging. They instead take damage and of course lose the bonus hit points. That's because later on you can Mind Merge your own troops. So, since the aliens are having issues, let's confuse them. Here's what we're doing. We're going into Overwatch in places where we can't see them, which means they can't see us, which means they don't know we went into Overwatch, and hopefully they'll just walk right into us. There is another pod. See? Did not know that Overwatch was coming, did you? Ouch. Overwatch is brutally dangerous. Much more so with advanced fire control. With our tack armor in that heavy cover, we are very strong. Okay, let's see. This guy needs a kill. I don't think it's gonna happen. We don't want to tempt this guy's Overwatch. I could drop down from above. If you simply jump over the edge from a position where they can't see you, like I could drop down right next to him with this soldier. If I were to drop down here, see how the line goes over the edge of the roof from here to here? I would not trigger Overwatch and I could just shoot him. If I were to drop down here and move, I would get shot. Now, we have such perfect angles on this poor guy that we can't help but use it. Height and flanking is the ultimate. Stick to our heavy cover.
X-ray neutralized.
So this is our last boy. He could probably sprint out to this meld without fear because there's only so many aliens the first time. Like the very first time. If I'm wrong, he's gonna get shot up pretty bad. As I recall, there's no cover out there. You know what? Okay, I think that was, yep, that was all the aliens I need. Everything else can be grenaded. Sectoid corpses are worth some good stuff. But I would like to keep a couple bullets in my guns. This guy has plenty of grenades. We're just gonna drop a bomb on this guy. Because our shots are crap. Because we're rookies. Yeah, 6 damage. Damage is randomized in Long War. Grenades are not totally predictable. Doing 4 to 6 damage pretty much. Okay, we're moving this guy out. Living a little dangerously.
Eyes on the prize.
Alright, he should be able to take that next turn. I only did that because we've seen 3 pods of aliens, and I don't think I've ever seen 4 on the first mission. Okay, this guy has a grenade. We know the aliens are all tucked away in there. What we want is him here and the reload. Aliens can't get out and shoot at him in the same turn, so he's pretty safe. This guy has 2 shots. I'd really like to circle around. He doesn't need to reload as badly. Because flanking is the ultimate. You can't get in a stand-up fight with the aliens and expect to win. You'll take losses, attrition style, and there's an infinite number of aliens coming. You have to play better. This guy makes a nice, easy target for the aliens to understand and fall for. Let this guy, oh, this guy can move. I would like to reload, so about activating these meld canisters, you can do it as long as you have an action left. Running gun is a great way to take a double move, activate it, and then go into Overwatch or shoot. But if you have no actions left, if you just dash to it, it doesn't work anymore. You can't activate things when you have no actions. This guy I'd like to reload and position here. This one doesn't have to reload so much. So let's use him to activate the meld. Excellent. And he's not going to be able to react to this, so we're going to pop him somewhere safe where nothing can see him, and he won't be shot at because he can't go into Overwatch or fire if he sees anything bad. This guy I feel similarly about because I'm going to reload him, but that's the closest heavy cover to this door he can get, and we really want to flank. But if you only have one shot in your gun, flanking's not going to be enough. We're just going to take a shot here. Let the aliens think that nothing nefarious is going on while we run to flank them. This guy needs to reload. I guess we'll take 2 turns.
Back online.
What we really want to do is drop down over the edge while we bust in from this side, kill the ones that are psi merged, and hopefully not get...
Moving to position.
No, that is too dangerous. So we're just gonna keep going. I do want to reload him, but alright, he can see us. We'll use Overwatch to keep him from doing much more than that. Now, sectoids do start the game with psi powers unlocked now, which is pretty deadly. This guy has a bunch of grenades.
Heading out.
Okay, we are kings of this roof. We know where all the enemies on the map are.
Moving to position. Back online.
Gonna reload. We're readying all of our breaching teams.
Yes, sir.
You cannot be overwatched by enemies that can't see you. Enemies can't see through doors.
Let's do this.
There are some force fields you want to be a little nervous around because of glitchiness in other parts of the game, but so let's just keep him there. Reload like it's all in good fun. And yeah, that looks good. Alright, he got mind merge. That increases their willpower and chance to crit. He is going to tempt our wrath. Not sure why. Maybe he senses the oncoming enemy. Unfortunately for him, we can actually... humans can sense mind merge. So... that might have been a double move for him. I can't tell. There is one other alien somewhere. We're going to take this opportunity. Okay, we saw him. To move in over here on the left. We are not quite ready to go.
Heading out. Got it covered. Moving to Overwatch. I'm on it. Front covering out.
There's no more meld left on the map. We captured it all. So let's see. 2 here, huh? Move up. Do we get a flank? Nope. If we drop down, we won't trigger Overwatch. Let's do it here. See how we did not trigger that Overwatch? Ooh, Andy's flanked. Rough. And there are all three of them. Got one on Overwatch. So the further from the center of the blast, the less of the full amount of damage an alien takes. So here, even though it looks like I'll hit all three, I'll probably hit them for like no damage. It also does less damage. Oops, did I? Oh, I did that wrong. That was very wrong. Well, maybe we'll look out. No luck. We do want this guy to not exist. Ooh, I forgot to steady aim. If we try, let's try and kill this guy.
Adjusting sights.
If we kill this one, everything else gets easier. Because not only does he die, the other one loses those bonuses and loses health. Since this one can drop down without triggering that Overwatch, we'll use him. He doesn't have a shot, but if we open his handed door, he will.
I'll get him next time.
We may have a shot from up here through this.
Moving to position.
No? Just in case they decide to pull back. We'll see if I get that Overwatch. Alright, suppression is good. It uses up a lot of their ammo. They do have to reload occasionally. And they have no Overwatch. Now who didn't score the kill? I think both of these guys need a chance. We'll get better aim angles from here than we will from here.
Yes, Commander.
I think this is our man. We need to kill. Could have used a grenade to be sure, but we have these guys pretty well wrapped up. Can I land a grenade in there? You can use the damage loss.
Okay.
So if a suppressing unit takes any damage at all, then they will stop suppressing. Do note that damage reduction works against HE grenades. It does not work against AP since they pretty much ignore it. This guy is a rifleman rack. At this range he can't miss, and it does a minimum of 3 damage. Darn it, game, and your stupid cover. Okay, so none of that was true. We're just gonna have to pull this guy back.
I'm rolling. I feel it, Commander.
So far it's a perfect mission. You know what? For the sectoid corpse, we're gonna risk it. Yep, I thought he might have to reload. Okay, this time we're not playing around with fancy cover or anything. People between 2 points of cover can be incredibly hard to flank.
If I may, Commander, the labs are on high alert. Teams are standing by for your orders. We can begin researching the newly recovered artifacts immediately.
Alright guys, excellent. No one was even hit. I will note that my mod does make soldiers significantly more powerful. It does even out, I think, significantly in the end game once the aliens have whipped out all their goodies, but it can make the beginning of the game much easier.
Welcome to XCOM HQ, Commander. I'm Central Officer Bradford. My role in this project is twofold: providing tactical support for our field operations, and keeping you briefed on the current situation. My efforts should allow you to focus on the bigger issues at hand. Speaking of which, we have a soldier waiting for a promotion in the barracks. I'll let you get to it.
Love it. Love this view.
Exemplary performance. Let's hope all of these operations go as smoothly as this one did.
There you go, guys. 1 kill each, 1 promotion each. If you lose someone, there's a big you get XP for going on a mission, as well as for kills. You get a lot more XP for a mission than you do for kills, but that amount of XP is reduced the more losses you take. Basically, the worse your rating for like soldiers survived, the less XP you get for that mission. So keeping everyone alive and undamaged is absolutely the best. And then you just need 1 more kill to put you over the top from that rookie status.
The recovered artifacts are being unloaded, and the research team is awaiting your orders. We'll get started as soon as you give the order, Commander.
And trust me, you need those soldier levels. Alright, so we killed 10 aliens. 2 of them we kill with grenades, which means that we do not get corpses or weapon fragments from them. But 8 we did not. And so we have met our criteria of 5 sectoid corpses. If you get the corpse, you will get the weapon fragments, I believe. So that's all you need. 5 of each. We'll let you choose your starting research. If you don't get that in the first mission, then you will have to wait until the next time you get to kill sectoids to begin any research at all, which is possibly the worst thing in the game. Just saying. Followed up, we got 6 meld, which is very pleasant. First thing we're going to do is take a look at the map.
We should plan our deployments carefully,
because we're going to keep getting intercom buzzed until we do. Looking around, we see there's a lot of nasty panic spread out. Impossible starts you off with a ton of panic spread across the globe. Strangely, France is the most. So we will come back, but you see all the panic. United States looks optimal for takeover.
Commander, I was wondering when you'd be stopping by. Welcome to engineering. Anything they can dream up in the research labs, we can build it here.
Hello, Shin.
Speaking of which, Dr. Valen has just sent us some new schematics. With your approval, we will begin fabrication.
Indeed, she has. Valen says, saw off the barrel of a shotgun and you will have a sawed-off shotgun. You can build as many of these as you want. If you build them quickly, it costs you meld, so don't do that, because they're free and they build in a day, which is the fastest build of anything ever. So go ahead and build as many as you want. Done. Sawed-off shotguns are sidearms. They slow you down a lot, but they do the same damage as a shotgun, except their range is pretty much 1 square. Otherwise, you can build shivs, satellites, and you can rebuild destroyed shivs from the get-go. Shivs, of course, being nice and tough compared to your squishy little rookies. Satellites, of course, being what you use to take over the world, Pinky.
Hello, Commander. My name is Dr. Valen. I oversee the research labs. This is where all of XCOM's research and development takes place. We have already begun analyzing the artifacts recovered from our first encounter with the aliens. Based on our preliminary findings, we believe we can use them to develop some new equipment for our soldiers. With your approval, we will begin research immediately.
Finally, you didn't have to page me 20 times. But you do want to start your research immediately. Here, 5 sectoid corpses, like I said, 5 weapon fragments. This one's going to be impossible until you... Yeah, until you go on a couple missions. Illyrium, not always easy to get. You can accumulate this just from killing things eventually, but going on a UFO raid will make it possible. Anyway, so your starting choices: alien weaponry or xenobiology. If you choose France, definitely take xenobiology. The immediate benefits of it aren't super intense. You do get something you can build that increases your crit chance and the damage you do on crits, which is nice, especially for your gunners, but is pretty heavy. Or you can, but what it really unlocks, the key here, is it unlocks council requests. So various researches like autopsies and alien materials and alien weaponry, pretty much all researches unlock some council missions you'll want to check out in the wiki, the UFOpedia dot something wiki, which will be in the description. There'll be a link to it. What exactly each research unlocks. Xenobiology is super important. You can trade sectoid corpses for scientists. The best trade you will ever make in the game, especially in the early game, because each scientist, one scientist would be a 10% improvement in my research speed right now. So 10%. I could build a laboratory for 20%. A whole lab, that's 200 credits I don't have, and 30 days of waiting. Or 18 days of research and 1 council request later, I have a whole scientist for 6 sectoid corpses, which they're going to be piling knee-deep very shortly. So this is also a long haul. Because France increases council request speed, it's going to be really good for me. I'm going to trade all my corpses away. Maybe not all of them, but most of them away quite quickly and increase my research speed without ever building a lab. Alien weaponry is also an excellent choice. It gives you access to scopes, which are expensive, but give you +8 aim, which is a ton, and can make those nasty brawls you get into, where you can't flank for fear of triggering other pods, that much easier to shoot your way out of. Scopes very good, especially for snipers. Anyone who can shoot more than once, scopes are worth twice as much. But since we have France, this is the one we want to go through. This also unlocks requests for engineers, or the other requests for weapon fragments, which always net you engineers. Council requests are no longer randomized. Knowing how they work is incredibly important. Go to the UFOpedia, look at the wiki, look at the researches, because that's where it lists what you get.
I agree. That does seem to be the most pressing of our current research options. We'll begin immediately. I will notify you when...
Alright, let's look at our base. Ooh, a notable lack of hollowness. I guess that's fine. We're going to build our satellites in this 2x3 area. We're going to build our workshops in this one. I guess I'll build my power down here eventually, but for the first part we're going to build fission generators over here. And then hopefully we'll dig over here. And then what? Random stuff like officer training schools and other things, plot specific, and then labs of some sort. That is my plan. I'm going to start excavating this right away. And the first thing I'm going to build is a satellite. I don't have the capacity to actually launch it yet, but satellites take 5 days longer than satellite uplinks do to build at the beginning of the game. So I need to start this first. Now, it'll take me 200 credits to actually build my satellite uplink. But I can expect to go on another mission in the next 5 days, and that will get me the money, I hope, to pay for that. Alright, left with nothing else to build, as I would need to save my money for that uplink. I can't build a shiv. Unless I give up on launching another satellite this month, but I want to, for the mad cash. Maybe some panic reduction. Also, every time you launch a satellite over a new country, you get a specific bonus. The UK reduces officer training school requirements. Russia gives my infantry and assault soldiers a bonus hit point, which is insane early game. Too bad its panic is so low that the satellite won't be doing maximum good. And then Germany gives me a bunch more money than most of these, but only makes mech and shiv primary weapons cheaper, which at the moment does me pretty much zero good. Of course, from France we have our chosen starting bonus. And +1 scientists per month. You want to take a look. You can get engineers, scientists. Just pay attention to what this says. And if you ever need to review your bonuses, boom, right here there'll be a whole list of what you've accumulated. Alright guys, that is it for episode 1. Thank you so much for watching. I will be supplying fanfiction to go with every episode. You can check it out in the comments, I think is where it's going to wind up. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.